City leaders criticizing Mayor Bill de Blasio over the sudden resignation of NYPD Chief of Patrol Fausto Pichardo. Chief Pichardo resigning after the mayor reportedly blasted him for not answering a call during a 36-hour shift in the heat of the Borough Park protests. Among those city leaders calling them out is the Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. He says the mayor is displaying a, quote, ineptitude at being a leader of this city. And as you see, Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. joining me live now. Good morning to you, sir. How you doing?
Good morning. Good to be on.
You know, so I'm reading your post right now, and you kind of said it right off the top, the ineptitude of being a leader in this city. Do you have confidence right now in the mayor's ability to lead before we get into Chief Pichardo's resignation?
I think I speak for millions of New Yorkers that the answer is absolutely not. I mean, the true measure of a leader, Dan, is when someone can identify, whether he or she can identify talent, whether they can motivate and inspire their talent, and whether their talent has then the confidence to stick around. And time again, we see this mayor hemorrhaging that talent. In so many ways, he's just like President Trump. So whether it was Oxidi Barbeau, the doctor who headed the health department, the health commissioner who was doing a great job, who left right in the middle of this pandemic, to individuals of the NYPD like Commissioner Nilda Irizarry Hoffman. And now, when you look at Chief Fausto Pichardo, someone that I know when he was the head of the 43rd precinct, the precinct that I live in the Soundview section of the Bronx, no one can question his capabilities and how he's needed more than ever today.
Yeah, I know he was very well respected among the 17,000 uniform members that he oversaw. And so let me ask you this. Do you believe, when you listed some of the recent resignations in the de Blasio administration, do you believe the mayor may be alienating qualified Latinos like Chief Pichardo?
We're starting to feel that way, yes. And whether they leave the administration, whether they forced out. I mean, in this case, there are reports that he was angry at Fausto for not answering a call after Chief Pichardo worked 36 straight hours. Well, you know what? That's more hours that he works straight than the mayor works in an entire week. And we see time and time again that every time that one of our Latino, qualified, talented individuals get to a certain level, the mayor either forces them out or puts them somewhere in obscurity.
Have you had
when the Latino community in the city of New York, we're starting to question where is our commitment, the commitment to our community.
Have you had a chance to speak with Fausto Pichardo about the resignation?
Yes. I don't want to get into details, but again, he wants to make sure that everybody understands that he's always given it his all. He appreciates all of the love and all of the outward expression of support, and we expect great things from him.
I know you don't want to get into the details. But can you help clarify? And if you can't, it's okay. Can you help clarify then some of the rumors? The rumors are that there was a dispute between the two of them, that the mayor did not like that he missed a phone call. The mayor's office then came out. The mayor himself said that Fausto Pichardo was resigning because of family reasons. Can you put to rest the rumors of which one is true here?
I'm walking a fine line here, and I really don't want to give away my private conversations with the chief. But I'll tell you one thing, he is very emphatic about anybody questioning his work ethics. And this is an individual in this day and age where we know that we can do both, where we can fight crime and where we can have responsible policing. No one can exemplify that more in the city of New York than Chief Pichardo. It's a tremendous loss. And, my heart is broken. Latinos, we're hurting because we knew we had the very best there. And shame on the mayor for whatever pettiness or petulance he exhibited that forced Pichardo to resign. And
I respect the privateness of those conversations. Would you like to see another Latino put in that position?
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many other qualified, but again, time and time again, whether it was these Irizarry Hoffman, I don't want to speak for folks in the force, but I know a number of chiefs who have been put in obscure positions. And so whether it's the NYPD or in any other part of city governance, when Latinos are such a great portion of the population of the city, we want to see our representation as well. And we have the talent.
While I have you here, I want to talk about two other topics, one of them being COVID cases, specifically rising in the Bronx, as we're seeing them rise elsewhere in the city as well. Kingsbridge, Fordham sections right now. What can you provide as an update then for zeroing in on those specific communities and what's being done?
Well, Dan, we've done over 870,000 tests in the Bronx. About 54,000 have come back positive over the last 7-8 months. We're going to continue to do testing. There are areas like in the West Bronx and the Northwest Bronx where we see a spike. We're going to continue to express to people and tell them that they have to wear masks, that they have to practice social distancing. We've seen a lax of that over the summer months in particular. But we also know that we have a lot of essential workers who have been asked to give up themselves and to go to work. And so a lot of them have been contracting it as well. This is not what you see in other parts of the city where, people are defiant about it, but we just continue to stay vigilant.
Understood. And lastly, early voting begins next week in the city, sir. I'm sure you know this. Is there a push to get out the vote right now happening in the Bronx?
Yes, we have a new Democratic County chairman in Jamal Bailey, Senator Jamal Bailey. We've been doing all forms of getting out to vote. You saw me last week getting people registered before the deadline. Early voting begins the 24th of this month. I plan to do so, and goes up to the 1st, and November 3rd, of course, is election day. But we want to see more and more people who have been registered to come out and vote, but also to excite new voters to do so as well.
Bronx Borough President, we're out of time here. You're now an Adidas guy.
Yeah, Nike has stepped away from Frank's. That's an institution they've been around
98 years.
Bringing their brand. If Nike doesn't want the Bronx, then you know what? The Bronx will choose my Adidas.
Are those Stan Smiths?
No, these are the shell-toed.
Oh, the shell-toed ones, yeah. I got to tell you, though, I mean, he's been there for 98 plus years in that area. Mo, from Frank's Sports Shop, I mean, that's just one heck of a loss to have Nike say, you know what, we're not going to support small businesses.
A multi-billion-dollar industry who sells poor children sneakers at hundreds of dollars. To do something like this to a business owner that's been around for decades during this COVID, where many of the small businesses have been asphyxiated economically, it's a shame, and Nike needs to reverse that policy. If not, we're going to switch to my Adidas and other brands.
There you go. Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr., I do appreciate your time this morning, okay?
See you soon.
Welcome back.